Now in this video I'll share with you why I joined ACN. Now there's a couple of reasons and you'll see why it makes a little bit of sense. Now obviously, as you probably know by now, through the press release I was showing you how to do the press release, and you probably noticed that I'm also involved in movie making, and I'm also a professional stuntman. I have another website. If you just check out my name, AndréGivogue.com, you can see more information if you want, if you're just curious about see all that stuff. But I know that stunt life has a shelf life, right? So what I'm able to do now today with my body, I may not be able to do in 15, maybe 20 or 30 years from now. So I need to have a backup or another source like of income, something that I can depend on my own, right? Because everything else is unstable out, you know, the economy goes up and down all the time. But it was important for me when I looked at the product and the services, why was it that I chose these ones. So I've done my due diligence, as you can see in my report that I have. If you haven't read it, I recommend that you just download it. There's a tab on that side that says download Company X Special Report. And so I've done my due diligence. That's coming from my background of real estate and also life insurance, which I was doing in the past. And essentially, what I wanted to get is a product or a service that is residual. Okay, so that was my step number one, is make sure that it's residual over time. The other important thing for me was leverage. So I wanted to have something that once I do once, it works over and over, and I don't have to be there all the time, right? So I'd rather have 1% of 100 person's effort, or instead of 100% of my own effort. Again, if I'm on set and I can't work the business, that's not a problem, because there's all the other or the rest of the organization. So for me, leverage was really important, and also that brought me to the MLM, the network marketing, and why this one, again, like in my special report, when I've done my due diligence, I was looking for something that was in demand. So all the services that are telecommunications, including cell phone, internet, home phone, long distance, home security, energy, all these different products are consumable product that people need, you know, especially up here in Canada. In the winter time, people need heating, right? That's a must. Probably like down in the United States, in Arizona, people need cooling, like air conditioning, and that takes energy. And also for heating, it's also natural gas. So all these things are consumable that must happen no matter what. And now in today's world, telephones are also like pretty much, it's a must-have, right? I mean, you don't really know people doing smoke signals anymore or doing Morse code or things like that, right? It's now telephone, either home phone or cell phone or whatever. So the fact that it's repeat, and it's something that is considered like useful in the day-to-day world. Also like internet, who do you know today that doesn't use internet at all? I mean, so because of that, it makes it easy. So people, all they have to do is just transfer from the service they're already using to another service, or if they are in the business themselves, get their own product, right? So it makes sense to get their own product. Another thing that I liked about the ACN model was I'm able to check my voicemail on the internet. And it doesn't seem like much, but for me, the fact that I have the option either to listen to it by phone or to listen to it via the computer. I like the computer because I can also download the voice messages and have it as a recorded voicemail. So especially in my industry, in the filmmaking, when I get called and they're saying, okay, and they left a message, and they leave a message, say, you have to be on set on Saturday or on Friday or whatever the day may be. And then they say, maybe the day before or the night before, oh, the shoot is cancelled. Well, for me, I have a proof that, hey, I was called and they canceled maybe a day before or something like that. And what it does for me through the union, they say if they cancel more than 36 hours ahead of time, that's fine. However, if they cancel less than 36 hours, they have to pay me a half day. And if they cancel less than 24 hours before, then they have to pay me a full day. And so just in that sense, also, if you're involved in legal matters and somebody calls you to leave an important voice message, you have that as leverage you can use. Or if you have messages from your loved ones that leave messages to you saying, oh, hey, I miss you, I'm just calling to check on you and stuff like that, you know, like, I wish you a nice day or something. Those are fun to have too. So, you know, when you're traveling somewhere and you're looking at some pictures, you can always replay those messages. and it's just fun. And it's just cozy to say, hey, I remember when I got this message. It feels comfortable. It brings me back in that state of comfort, right? Or like I said, if you are using it as for proof, well, you can still say you're how to say, you're feeling safe and sure that you have backup and you have evidence to support whatever if it escalates further or something like that, right? So these are little points and advantage that I like. I also met the founders of the company ACN when I went, and I actually went to the in North Carolina where the head office is, and they're very genuine. And the fact that I like to do business with other people that care for other people, and for me that was an important factor. If there are example saying that you're investing some money in the service, so the company obviously makes money, right? And then if that company as a whole is supporting wars or is supporting weapons or buying stock and those kind of thing, that means every time I use a service, the money goes to that company, and that company is then is funding these things. And for me, I don't really like that, all the stuff about war. I just feel like there's other ways around, in my opinion. But again, that could be open to discussion with anybody. I mean, everybody has their own views, and everybody can agree to disagree, right? And so what I like about the ACN founders is that when you go to their events, they will match penny for penny what other people do for contribution, and they will match that and give that to a local charity. And now they've partnered up with Ronald McDonald. And just because Ronald McDonald's chapters are pretty much everywhere in North America, and probably in the world too, but that I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But I know they are in North America pretty much everywhere near hospitals. And what they do essentially is they offer a place for parents or families where there's kids going to the, like, let's say a kid has cancer or leukemia or whatever, the strong disease, and they have to be in the hospital a lot of time. The parents, sometimes they have to travel from their home over to the hospital, and they don't have or may not be able to afford a hotel night stay every time the kid's in the hospital. So Ronald McDonald Housing offers a place for the families to be there with their children while they're at the hospital, and it's right next to the hospital, so it makes it easy for them to stay together. And every like, it happens 4 times in ACN event per year. And then everywhere they go, in whichever city they go, they collect money, like a contribution for donations at the events. And the events usually is on a weekend, so it starts probably, I don't remember if it starts Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or is it just Saturday, Sunday. Anyways, the thing is they collect, they accept donations. And then from there, they take those monies and then they match whatever everybody gave, and then they contribute back to Ronald McDonald. And for me, that just makes me feel good. At the end of the day, it's the right thing to do when somebody has a lot of money and they're able to help out somebody with less money. And it's just giving back to the community. And for me, that's very rewarding. At the end of the day, when you say, well, I know that by taking those services, there are some money going for good causes also. And that was another factor and another reason why I chose this company. And also the fact that is, well, the thing, because they are so genuine and good, then it brought them exposed to, being on the top cover of a magazine. It brought them to be on, Success from Home magazines. And actually, if you hang in there, I'll just show you one copy. I got a couple copies here. So here you go. That was one of the magazine that I have, and if you look at the information inside, they have a whole section about the business model, and about the ACN, like all this stuff, all these pages. There's a lot of pages just about it. Here's 2 other well-known people. There's Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump talking about different financial advice. So, in the Success magazine is really good. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. And then this is another one, Success from Home magazine, and that was the newer model of the video phone. And again, a video phone that was cutting edge technology. In the front page here, you see the founders of ACN. they talk about it. And then, so once you start reading, here's another, it's like full page and articles, very like, it's very interesting. And also the compensation plan for the company, and just how they're allowing people, the small people, to take a business model, you know, and because as a whole, because numbers, a lot of number together makes leverage, right? Together you'll never move a mountain, but thousands of people will be able to do wonderful things. So as a whole, the company is able to partner up with these big companies, and then offers you the option of having like a franchise, but in an affordable way. So you're able to offer those services to other people, but without actually owning the franchise, because they're partnering up through ACN. And for me, that's cool, because now being a part of ACN, I'm a part of the other companies like in the United States that are all partnered with them, or in Canada, or it's in over 20 countries. So all the companies in specific countries are partnered with ACN. Well, it's also a partner of mine, right? Because I'm in business with them. And for me, that's huge, because they are recognized partners in those specific part of the countries. Something else that I like about ACN is that we have the online portal. So you can work, you can also send people to your website, and that's also the section that I'm specializing in, is showing you how to get your website and sending traffic to it and all that fun stuff. But the fact is that you can do it from home, you can do it from anywhere in the world. Where the thing where I was in real estate, the problem was I'm limited in Ontario, because I'm from Ottawa, Ontario, and the problem was geographic location. Ottawa is right across the Quebec province, and there's just a river separating the two, so a lot of people would be wanting to go to Quebec instead of Ottawa, because Quebec houses are a little cheaper. Well, they're much cheaper than the ones in Ottawa. And in order for me to sell in Quebec, I'd have to get another real estate license, because it's provincial oriented. Now with this, because you're part of the company but you're referring people to the organization, you don't have to be licensed. So you don't have to take special education courses and obtain, like, get more credits and ongoing education, all that stuff. I mean, the education is good for you to know your product, it's always good, but it's not a requirement or a necessity, right? However, if you can, it's offered for free, it's available for free. Whereas in specialty professional industries, you have to pay extra to get all that extra training. And you always have to maintain, because if you don't maintain your training, then you're losing your license, right? So there's all these different things for me that made me just like, wow, I want to be a part of this organization. This is awesome. And this is why I choose ACN. Alright, so hope that helps you, and you find your own reason why you want to choose this opportunity. Alright, cheers.